Hi everyone. Today we're going to understand how to deliver the talk further. Yes, the same thing holds true when one is touching words. When one is touching words, there is an old saying in English Parliament that everything depends upon the manner in which one speaks. A very important point, everything depends on the manner in which one speaks and not upon the matter and not upon the matter. Quintilian said it long ago when England was one of the outlying colonies of Rome. All forts are exactly alike. Their maker used to say, but no two men are just alike. Every new life is a new thing under the sun. There has never been anything just like it before, isn't it? And never will it be again. Now, how to converse with your audience? Let us understand how to converse with your audience. Let me give you an illustration that is typical of the fashion in which thousands of persons talk. I happened on one such occasion to be stopping in Murin, a summer resort in the Swiss Alps. I was living at a hotel operated by a London company, and they usually sent out from England a couple of lecturers each week to talk to the guests. One of them was a well-known English novelist. Her topic was the future of the novel. The future of the novel. She admitted that she had not selected the subject herself. And the long and short of it was that nothing, she had nothing she cared to say about it to make it worthwhile expressing. She had hurriedly made some rambling notes and she stood before the audience, okay, ignoring her hearers, not even looking at them, staring sometimes over their heads, sometimes at her notes, sometimes at the floor. She unreeled words into the primeval void with a far away look in her eyes and far away ring in her voice. And that isn't delivering a talk, okay? It is solely soliloquy. It is soliloquy. It has no sense of communication. And that is the first essential of good talking, a sense of communication. The audience must feel that there is a message being delivered straight from the mind and that there is a message being delivered straight from the mind and the heart of the speaker to their minds and their hearts. The kind of talk I have just described might as well have been spoken out in the sandy and waterless wastes of Gobi deserts. Yes, and as we are seeing it further, yes, in fact, it sounded as if it were being delivered in some such spot rather than to a group of living human beings. An enormous amount of nonsense and twaddle has been written about delivery. It has been shrouded in rules and rites and made mysterious. Old fashioned elocution has often made it ridiculous, and the businessman going to the library or the bookshop has found volumes on oratory that were utterly useless. In spite of progress in other direction. Yes, in almost every state in the Union today, schoolboys are still being forced to recite the ornate oratory of orators, a thing that is as useless as a squirrel headed tire pump, as out of date as a quill pen, and entirely an entirety entirely new school of speaking has sprung up since the 20s. In keeping with the spirit of the times, it is a modern and as practical as the automobile, direct and as a telegram, businesslike as a telling advertisement, and the verbal fireworks that were once the vogue would no longer be tolerated by an audience today. A modern audience, regardless of whether it is 15 people at a business conference or 1,000 people under a tent, wants to the speaker to talk just as directly as he would in a chat, and in the same general manner he would employ in speaking to one of them in conversation, in the same manner but with a greater force or energy. In order to appear natural, he has to use much more energy in talking to 40 people than he does in talking to one. Okay, so that's it for today. Take care. Bye bye.